Are you a teacher struggling to keep up with the mounting pressure of your day to day activities? And in fact, you're actively looking out for certain tools and tricks to help you stay more organized and to help you stay more effective. Then hang on tight because this video is definitely for you. My name is Uchenna Uke. I'm the CEO of Osh Engineering. For the last 3 years, Osh Engineering has supported countless schools in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, using our software called Rapid Suite. The goal is simple to make the life of school owners and teachers easy so that they can give the best to the kids under them. This video is all about AI, how you as a teacher can immediately start maximizing AI to become a more productive staff to your school. This would allow you to tremendously cut down your stress and become more productive.
AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, which refers to the development of computer systems that can perform tasks that would typically require human intelligence.
Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for defining AI for us. Now, if you don't know, ChatGPT is an AI, and its definition of what an AI is tells us that AI is artificial intelligence, and it's so much like the intelligence of the smartest teacher, the smartest person you know, and it has been put to a computer for the purpose of having that computer do certain tasks for you that a normal human being, a normal, very smart teacher, normal, talented human being would have done for you. So imagine the gift of having a really, really smart, creative, talented teacher by your side every time, 24/7, helping you, showing you what to do, guiding you. That's what AI offers to you and I as teachers. Okay, getting started with AI. So I'm just going to run a quick Google search on AI tools for teachers. What we see here is that there are lots of tools out there. This is an article dedicated to that topic alone. We see Perplexity AI, we see Currypod, we see ChatGPT, we see Quillybot. So lots of tools are out there dedicated. Two things you need to take note of when choosing a tool as a teacher that you want to use to enhance the teaching experience, the learning experience of your kids. Number one is that most of these tools they run off the web. It simply means that you need an internet enabled device, something like a smartphone, very important, or you can have a laptop that have internet access. That would be amazing. So the first thing you need to know is you need an internet enabled device to support you because some of these tools, most of them run off the web. The second thing you need to take note of is that they are free and they are paid tools. So not all of them are paid for, not all of them are free. Now within the free tools, you can still find amazing, amazing tools that you could tap in that could help you 10x your teaching as a teacher, that can help you deliver amazing results as a teacher. So they are free tools, and we are going to jump right in and talk about one of those free tools. And I'm going to show you how you can start tapping into that to enhance your experience, the experience of your kids, and your own experience as a teacher in your. Okay, so what actually is ChatGPT? Let's ask Google. Google says ChatGPT is an AI that was designed by a company called OpenAI. Now, how ChatGPT works is it listens to instruction and it provides detailed response based on the instruction that you gave to it. Now, this is perfect, and we're going to be testing those abilities for our benefit as teachers in our school. Okay, so for those of us that don't have an account, quickly to create an account, you need to come to chat.openai.com slash auth slash login. I'm going to place the link somewhere for you in the comment in this video. Just check around. You're going to see the link chat.openai.com slash login and click sign up. So click the sign up option here if you don't have an account yet. Now it's just going to you're going to follow the process, provide your email address, and click continue so for you to be able to log in. Now when you log in, you're going to see this interface here. This is where all the magic happens, and we're going to be exploring this interface, and we're going to be doing a lot of things that are going to be beneficial to us as teachers. So let's get started with the first task for ChatGPT. In this example, we are going to use ChatGPT to create a 5 weeks learning plan for a student preparing for an English SSCE exam. So what you see here is you see a text box where we can type in our query. We're going to ask ChatGPT to create this learning plan for us. And we're going to watch it respond to us. So I've written here, create this learning plan, create a 5 weeks learning plan for a student preparing for English SSCE exam. I click the chat button and see. So ChatGPT is very intelligent. It understands that SSC is an exam, and this is the topics that it feels are most important for a student that is preparing for this exam. You see, it breaks it down into weeks. Since we said week learning plan, so this can help you as a teacher to structure your teaching as you're going to be teaching them. So it says week one, reading and comprehension. Week two, grammar and syntax. Week three, writing skill. Week four, spelling and vocabulary. Week five, literary analysis. So it also takes you one step further to telling you the specific things to focus on in this week. So in this week, we are doing reading comprehension, but we went one step further to tell us, okay, under this, these are the specific things that we need to focus on. We need to teach the student to give them a chance of success in the exam they are preparing for. We are going to put ChatGPT to use to creating a teaching structure for the topics that we've identified in the previous task. So this was what we did previously. We used ChatGPT to create topics that we're going to teach. Now I want ChatGPT to help guide my teaching of this topic. Okay, so to do that, we know that ChatGPT listens to whatever instruction that we put in this text box and submit, and it can give us good feedback, good response based on what we put in this text box. So this was the query that I gave to it. This was the message I put in this text box. I said, create a teaching delivery structure for 3 class period based on what is in week one, and it did a marvelous job of breaking down the reading comprehension, which is week one, into 3 classes. So it tells us focus on this in week one, in class one, focus on this in the next class, and finally focus on this part when you're in your third class. And finally, it gave us a suggestion. So the AI is smart enough to not just tell us what to do, but give us suggestions as to things that we should be thinking about. It says throughout the 3 classes, it's important to provide students with plenty of opportunities to practice their reading comprehension skill and receive feedback on their progress. So that is that's very amazing that the AI can even give us suggestion. Now, let's say we are not cool with this result that it gave to us. Let's say we don't like the way it broke down into 3 classes. We want something more creative, something better. We can tell it to regenerate the response by clicking that button, regenerate response. And it's going to take some time to think and give us another feedback. Like, this is really cool. So in this second time out, is even doing a better job of breaking the class into key things that we should be focusing on. So tells us that, okay, so the first thing about your class, you should do some introduction. Second thing, you should focus on the main lesson. Then the third thing, you should focus on some homework. You can give them some homework. So this is class one. It did it followed the same pattern in class 2, it followed the same pattern in class 3. So you see that it's even giving us ideas for homework that we could give the kids to even make them better at understanding the concept of reading comprehension. This is really amazing. So all you have to do is write a good query on your message box and click submit. If you're not cool with the query, you can always tell it to regenerate a response for you. ChatGPT told us that this is what we should teach in our first class. So I'm just going to highlight this class one for us here. Just going to highlight it. Okay, copy it, paste it in this message box here. So and now I'm just going to put on top of it an instruction of what you should do with that information. I'm saying create a lesson note for this class teaching, and I'm just going to click send and watch it do its magic, perform its magic. So we see that it's already creating a lesson note for us. Some of the things in the lesson note is the lesson is topic, lesson plan. It has a class, it has objective, the materials, those us introduction, what we should do in the introduction. It says introduction should be 10 minutes. You can customize your own based on the time you have available for you. Tells us what to teach in the main lesson, some practicals that we could do with them. Then why wrapping up? So wrapping up is about conclusion. So you see that it has given us a lesson note that we could use when teaching this class. Let's say I'm not cool with this lesson note, I need something better. I can always click regenerate response and it's going to try its hands on it again to give me a better lesson note. So this is the second lesson note it's giving us, has its objective, materials, introduction. So even the content of the lesson note is a little bit different. It's trying to tweak it to meet our needs. So if we are satisfied with it, we work with it. If we are not satisfied, we can always click regenerate and it will try one more time. So it's trying to optimize it to fit our need. So one thing I noticed this time around is that the timing, it tried to reduce the time, try to add things like closure where it put recap, it added assignment assessment that we could give to the kids. So even the structure of this lesson notes this time around is different. So bye to copying lesson notes and just reusing the same lesson note, you can actually have more creative lesson notes by utilizing this AI to your advantage. You could use ChatGPT to create custom questions, fresh questions, not copied from anywhere, that you could use to try your kids. So let's get started with it. So we just type into this message box here, create 10 questions based on the class lesson and click submit. And voila, ChatGPT starts creating those questions for us now. Okay. So we see the questions are already coming out, they're looking good, practical questions. We can always regenerate the question, we can stop it if we don't like the quality of question, we can always regenerate. So let's say we want to edit this question and say, let's say, create objective questions. We want to edit our query and say create 5 objective questions based on the class lesson. Let's see. Okay, so you see that it's able to give us objective question, not just general question, but it's able to give us objective questions. So imagine the application of these two when creating questions at the end of the term. No more cracking your head, coming up with questions that are just plain not good enough. You could just use this to generate objective questions, essay questions that you could use for your exam, your classwork, your test. Now let's push this limit one more time and say create a marking scheme for the questions above. So we can always use this. Let's see. Wow, it's able to give us a marking scheme. So we just have to just okay. So you see that the marking scheme is referencing the question that it created above, and it tells us okay, this is the correct answer, and it's 1 mark. Incorrect answer, 0 mark. And it gives us a total mark 5 marks. So we can use this tool not only to create questions but also to create marking schemes. So think about how much time, how much stress this tool is going to relieve for you in your classroom to create questions and to create marking scheme for those questions.